Hey guys, how's it going? Got this bad boy here. Let's open it up, the one chip challenge. Tell you what, I'm not feeling too good today, but let's see if I can fix it up with this. There is a story, basically how hot peppers revolutionized my life. Because I used to get pneumonia all the time, sinus infections. Eat this stuff like medicine. Here's the one chip challenge. Do I have what it takes? Am I the ultimate badass? Here we go. Ooh, baby. Ooh. I know I did it once, but I'll do it again. Alright. We go. I might get into that story. Here we go with hot peppers. Oh man. Oh wow. Get this bad boy up. Oh. Uh-oh. No, we can go 5 minutes or 10. Oh yeah. Ooh, baby. Sure, these boxing gloves in there, huh? That's what I feel like. Oh. Oh. It's peaking, boy. Yeah. Ooh, man. Whew. Ah. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man, my. Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. Man. This puppy's hot. Woo. Oh my. Woo, baby. Damn eye. Well, my eye's burning so bad. Oh yeah. Here we go. It's going down. Oh yeah. It's getting better. Whew. Thought my eye was burned. Whew. Must be clearing the sinuses out. Damn. We'll see if this thing works for the. Because I think I might have had the. You know what? The C word. See if this bad boy will help it. Oh yeah. There we go. It's getting there. Looks like it's diminishing some. Yeah, this is no joke, man. These ain't no joke. Definitely don't recommend these for a newbie. My heat tolerance is down because I haven't did too many hot pepper challenges, but it's like the first one I did in about 8 months. So, you know, the one video I did, I barely had a reaction from it. My heat tolerance was down this time, but yeah, but let me tell you the story how hot peppers revolutionized my life. About 16 years ago, I discovered a cure, how to cure bronchitis and pneumonia. Because I used to get it 2 times a year, really bad. It started when I was about 11 years old. Each year, it got worse and worse. And I says, in 2005, I says, you know what? I got to find a way to fix this. Because I think this year's going to be real bad. Just so happens, some guys I knew at the church, they were like, hey man, why don't you go to Quaker Steak and try some wings? I'm like, at the time I wasn't into wings. I'm like, I don't know if I want to eat wings. And I says, well, it's a night out. So I went to Quaker Steak. They had some super, super hot wings. Well, at the time they were super hot. But for me, I can do the triple atomic like nothing. But this is when they had the atomic. Remember, I got the, they were called, was it Suicide or Supercharged? I remember I just wanted to see. There was the second hottest wing they had there. I remember I smelled them. I was like, phew, got that burn in my lungs. And I'm like bingo. This could work. So about a month later, I got strep throat. Real bad. This was in 2005. I mean, I got it real bad. And then what happened was, I said to myself, I'm either going to go to the hospital because it was the worst sore throat I ever had in my life, or I'm going to try something different. So I got a buffalo chicken sub with jalapenos. That's what I could think of. I said, let's see what happens, see if this affects the sore throat. So I did it, and guess what? I got halfway done. I'm like, I can talk. I'm like, the pain's diminished. Ended up eating the whole sub, took a nap, and guess what? Sore throat was completely gone. I says, yeah, this is alright. I'm on to something. Like I said, I've been doing this stuff for 16 years. I'm pretty good. Like I said, I use hot peppers like medicine. And a couple of guys called me up at church. They says, hey man, there's guys going to the hospital. They got pneumonia real bad. I'm like, oh man, I says, I might get this. I might have to be hospital or be dead. So I said, what do you do? And about a day later, I started getting that pneumonia. I couldn't even walk up a flight of steps. Just like I said, this is in 2005. So what I did, I thought, remember when I smelled those wings? I'm like, I burnt my lungs. I said, that's it. So I said, I got cayenne pepper flakes. I put them in a coffee mug, stuck it in the microwave for about a minute, and I says, okay, try to just breathe the steam. Man, it really burnt my lungs. I was coughing. I says, yeah. So I did like 13 breaths. And at the end of that, I'm like, I feel a little better. So I decided to do it. I says, I'll do that 3 days. 3 times a day for 3 days. And at the 4th day, guess what? My pneumonia was, my doctor was like, how come you didn't come? Because I usually always have to go, or I used to, anymore. Like, oh, I found a way to treat it. She says, nah, you're full of crap. I said, yeah, I did. And I've been doing this ever since. Obviously, you have to go hotter and hotter. It's like sinus infections. I used to get bad sinus infections at least once a month. I eat some of those. Let me see if they're in here. See this? You can see that. See the Pocky ghost pepper chips? I'll eat 5 or 6 of them and I'll blow my nose, and guess what? Bingo. No more sinus infection. That's what I've been doing. And I think that this ain't no different. This, you know what? You know what's going on. I think I had it back in September of 2020. That's when I did this. That's when I did this challenge. Because I had that loss of taste. I think that's another reason why, or loss of taste and stuff like that, sensitivity to hot stuff. I think that's why I was able to do this so easy in my video. And it's funny. Next day I woke up, my smell was like, it was like a dog, man. I could smell like the littlest thing. Everything tasted really good. And I got out of bed, felt like $1,000,000. You know, like they said, you feel like 10 years younger. I did. And I think there is healing power in this stuff. Now, science hasn't proved, well, not just these, but obviously hot peppers like capsaicin. Let me see if I have one here. Oh, yeah, this is pretty decent. Good stuff. Always keep that on hand. Some of this is pretty wicked. I keep this on hand. It's ghost pepper. Says it's 500 Scoville units. No, 500,000 Scoville units. Always keep this stuff on hand. And there's healing power in this stuff. I believe it because, like I said, I've been doing it for 16 years. Kind of rewired my system. My sensitivity to cold isn't as bad. Sensitivity to heat isn't quite as bad. It's like when I did that enough, it kind of changed all that. Because I used to eat a lot of hot stuff. Used to do all the hot wing challenges around me, and Quaker steak, Buffalo Wild Wings. Now the Buffalo Wild Wings is hotter now. They changed their sauce again, so I don't know if I could maybe do that sometime. But yeah. But I want to give you a story, like my sensitivity to pain. Kind of not like a wimp. But I want to tell you a story about the bees. I'm just getting off the topic, but I think that if you guys are weed whacking, make sure you know that there's no ground bees, because I had an incident. See, because years ago I used to be like real afraid of bees because I got stung by a bald-faced hornet, my first bee, and I thought all bees felt like that. So that's why I was afraid. So I'm weed whacking, and I just feel this pain in my ankle. I'm like, it's nothing. Because I was clearing jagger bushes out at my camp. And I was used to that, constantly getting thorns in your boots, you get thorns attached to your legs and your arms and stuff like that, blood running down. I'm like, I guess that's what it was, is I was cutting real high grass, just going on and on and on. And I'm like, man, what's going on here? Feeling up my legs, man, just like up the camp, I figured. I feel my butt. My armpits. This is going on for 15 minutes. Like, man, must hit poison ivy or something, man. like my tolerance to pain is like kind of, I got a real high tolerance, so it's like, it occurred to me, I says, wait a minute, is that bees? I'm like, nah, bees hurt way worse than that. I says, there's no way, man. I feel like getting shot with a BB gun. I says, can't be. It's just going on, and I just looked down, and I'm like, there's bees all over my legs. I'm beating them things off my legs. I'm like smacking my chest, killing them, and I started thinking. I remember the story my mom told me years ago. She said that one of her classmates died from ground bees. I'm like, oh no. I says, how many bees does it take to die? I'm like, how many stings? I know I at least got 200 stings. I says, I don't know. I got out of there and I was running. Meanwhile, it was the hottest day of the year. High humidity. I lost my breath running, so it was like, I don't know, about a quarter mile, man. Whew. I probably, and I started losing my breath. I'm like, whew. I don't know if I had a touch of that anaphylactic shock or it was because I was running as fast as I could, because them things started really coming out after that. I didn't know that if you squish them bees, it lets off like a pheromone of danger. So what they do, they'll all start coming out. And I'm like, oh man, I really start running. And I was all right. I took some soapy water, poured it down the hole, got the bees, and I finished up weed whacking. Everybody looked at me, man, you're crazy. I'm like, no. I said, hey, I had a job. I had to get it done. I said, I'm not going to let a few bees slow me down. So, but yeah, make sure if you're weed whacking, make sure you see me weed whacking in videos. Make sure you check before you do any weed whacking. Make sure there's no bees or nothing. Your life might depend on it. But let's see, what are we up to? Holy smokes. Saying 17 minutes, it's hard to believe. It feels like it's 5 minutes. Let's go to 20, we'll call it. But yeah. Yeah, when you eat these real hot things, you get that endorphin rush. You start talking strange and stuff. You start rambling on. That's what happens. Yeah. Looks like yep. Like I says, I don't recommend any of you guys do this stuff. If you do it at your own risk, because me, I'm like a trained professional at eating this stuff. Now, like I said, make sure you know, because you might be going to the hospital. Me, I don't know why my eye was burning. I didn't get nothing in my eye. I guess my sinuses were so plugged up. But, whew. But yeah, if you do this stuff, make sure you're prepared. You might have to be going to the hospital. I think I got a hotter one now. It's called the scorpion pepper chip, something like that. I seen it on the internet. It's like yellow. It's like brand new or something. I think this is what the world needs, man. Like Carolina, there's something with these Carolina Reaper peppers. Like I said, back in 19, I think I had candida, because what happened was I got this weird cold. It was weird. None of my hot pepper things, I mean, they would work a little wee bit, just for a little bit, and they would come back. And I started, so I went to the doctors because I knew pneumonia was right around the corner. And just to get antibiotics, I started asking questions. Meanwhile, I had done my research. I knew what was going on. This is back in May of 2019. And I said, what's going around? Oh, it's something. Oh, it's. I said, what's going on? And he wasn't saying. He just kept his mouth shut and put his head down. Because my blood pressure was like, it was 120 over 60. Now the number you worry about is the low number, 60. And I was feeling weak, shaky. And what I did, I'm like MacGyver when it comes to like figuring how to cure different things. So I thought to myself, because man, it was bad, it was weak. If it would have went too low, could have went into shock. So I says, what happened? Sitting in church, I said, this is a yeast. You know, Candida is a yeast. So I says, okay, maybe it's like baking a cake. I just reasoned it. If you put too much salt, the yeast dies. Like cake, your bread will, shrink. Too much sugar, it'll grow. I says, it might work. So I just started to put extra salt on all my stuff, and it was weird. Like 5 minutes later, I felt better. I don't know if it's because I raised my blood pressure. I did that every day for a week. And at the end of that, beautiful. 100%. 100%. That was the weekend I did my did the 4-tooth cutter, cutting high grass with my FS90. That's the video there, man. I was feeling pretty under the weather, but when I did, I just ate one ghost pepper an hour. When I was feeling sick, feel better. Pour with sweat. Eat another ghost pepper, pour with sweat, feel better. That's what I kept doing. And then cured. So like I said, I think there is science behind hot peppers. They're actually using capsaicin for dental. Like if you're doing like dental work to numb your nerves. So yeah, that's my story. That's part of it. But like I said, this is what I do. Use it like medicine, hot peppers. Some people look at me like I'm crazy, but then some people tried my method, and they says, you know what, dude? Says, you're on to something, because one guy used to suffer just like me. He said he ate a bunch of hot stuff when he was feeling like sick. He had like a chest cold. And he's like, dude, you're on to something, because I got over it like that. Said he would have to go to the hospital, get like steroid shots, ventilators and stuff. Not anymore. He said, man, you're on to something. And another guy I know did. He says, yeah, I ate some hot stuff, wasn't feeling good. He's like, I got over it like that. And he's like, man. That's why I always say, keep feeling the heat at the end of my videos, is that's what I do, man. I believe in that stuff. But hey, guys, hopefully you guys had a nice 4th of July weekend. I know I did. I lost so much fireworks off, man. I was worn out. Like I said, with this, you get the endorphin rush. What this makes you talk, ramble on, and get goofy a little bit. But so I think I better call it a day. All right, guys. Looks like I'm the beat this bad boy here. Yep, looks like I beat the Reaper. Knocked him out. All right, guys. Till next time, keep feeling the heat.